and welcome to the next episode of TechTalkies, where we talk to very interesting people.
So the process of hypnosis is to take him gently from where he is to where he wants to go. Like you said, past life regression is one of the most powerful therapies. You are more adept because you can take anything you want and go where you want to go, or lead them where you want to go. And just say left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And that's how you give suggestions to people.
Wow, it's amazing because I didn't do anything. I was just holding this. On this episode of TechTalkies, we have with us a very interesting person who I happen to know for over 20 years, a multifaceted, multi-talented person doing a whole lot of things with hypnotism, mentalism, magic, and shadow play. Welcome to the show, Mr. Vadivel. It's great to have you here.
Hi, Eddie. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. So, to start off, what is hypnotism?
Hypnosis is the power of giving effective suggestions to people so that they readily follow it. If you take the classical definition of hypnosis, it is hypnosis is when the body is relaxed, the mind is alert, and you bypass the analyzing part of the conscious mind.
Oh, I see. So you go to the subconscious mind.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you do that consciously or unconsciously?
I mean, you start always with unconscious, right? You need focus first.
Right.
And then you take them. Like, for example, can you just put your hand out like this? I mean, even the audience there watching this, just put your hands out like this. Yeah, that's right. Come on, you can do it. Just, yeah, that's it. Now make a gun. Make a gun. Wonderful. Now just make a circle. Fantastic. Exactly, Eddie. And I want you to place your circle on your chin. Friends, that's your cheek. This is your chin. Just in case you thought how it happened, you just got hypnotized.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, again, so what I read is that hypnosis.
By the way, this is actually what is called as a visual suggestion. So what happens is I give a visual cue to them, and they follow me once, they follow me twice, and the third time there's no thinking, conscious thinking there.
Right. So does this happen across the board, or is it only to very
happens
specific?
To majority of the people. Majority.
Why? Because the majority are followers, not leaders. Can we say that?
I think a lot of leaders are highly creative.
Right.
So they have their subconscious mind fully active. So you just can't say they are not leaders. But people who have dominant subconscious, like right brain people, they tend to follow this much faster.
Right.
Why? Because the bypassing happens in a very subtle manner. You do this, you do this, you do this.
So is that like they say under the radar?
Like the salesman's 3 yes pitch, you know that, right?
Yes.
The salesman, yes. Do you live in this place? Oh, it's door number 33? Yes. And your name is Mr. Ramsamy? Yes. And sir, I've just come from, can I just come here for a minute and explain this to you? That becomes a little more easier to get a yes then. But now people are kind of clever. You need much better presentations.
So basically what I read about hypnosis is that it is an enhanced response to suggestion.
Yes.
It was the definition that I read,
Enhanced response to suggestion is right. And how do you enhance the response is when you relax the body, the mind gets relaxed.
Oh, yes.
When the mind is relaxed, the doors of the subconscious mind are more receptive to new ideas coming in.
Oh, I see.
And the brain wave kind of comes down from beta to alpha. Suppose I connect your mind with the forehead with wires and connect it to an EEG machine. So now we are in like beta activity. The waves will be like 14 plus cycles per second. When you go into alpha, it comes down between 7 and 14 cycles. That's where you can actually really give an ideas that people can absorb easily and follow without much questioning.
Yeah. So when it comes to hypnosis, is it also possible that people can get manipulated, or is it done for good reasons and for therapy and things like that?
See, you have two kinds of hypnosis. One is stage hypnosis. Stage hypnosis is where you bring people onto the stage and you help them to get into this hypnotized state, and they made to act like different kind of people, like bark like a dog or shoot like that. You're shooting Pakistani soldiers and they'll actually start taking invisible guns and start shooting.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that is how powerful
That's how powerful it is.
Oh, I see.
And that's called entertainment hypnosis.
Okay.
You have something else called as hypnotherapy.
Therapy, yes.
So there are people who have like depression, or people who can't study or focus on their subjects. So we help them to actually overcome the inner blocks and then get what they want more effectively.
Psychologists who are again dealing with things like depression and people feeling low, do they consciously learn hypnosis or do they work with the hypnotist?
Many of the psychologists are not qualified hypnotists. So they connect with another hypnotherapist and work with them.
Work with them, I think.
Yeah.
But hypnosis makes it easier to understand why this person is going through the depression. Is it possible to really go into their subconscious mind? Like there's some, like you say, there's something called past life regression that we talked about, where again your person is put under hypnosis, and then you go deeper and deeper and see facets of his previous life.
That's right.
Is that also possible when to understand the mind?
Say hypnosis, when a client comes to you, he's got a situation. You need to have a canvas as to where he is in right now and where he needs to go. So the process of hypnosis is to take him gently from where he is to where he wants to go through techniques and powerful methods, which is part of the hypnotist toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, past life regression is one of the most powerful therapies, but you cannot use it for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You have to use it when the need is there.
Right.
Like you can't hammer a nail with a saw.
Correct, exactly.
And again, if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
That's very interesting.
So the more techniques you have in the toolbox of the hypnotist, you are more adept because you can take anything you want and go where you want to go, or lead them where you want to go. And it's all based on suggestions. Everything is suggestion. For example, a basic method of suggestion would be like, let me just show you this. If I hold this pendulum and just say left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and now I can say faster and faster and faster. I can change my goal right now. I can say round and round, round and round, round and round. So you might think like, so what? But I'm not doing anything consciously.
Right. I mean, you're not
I'm not consciously doing anything. Can you just move forward a little bit and just hold it like this? Yeah, that's right. Now take a deep breath. Exhale. And look at this. And just say left, right.
Left and right, left and right, left and right. So I'm now going to change my goal to circle. Move in a circle. Move in a circle. Move in a circle. Move in a circle. Circle. Wider and wider circle. Wider and wider
Amazing.
Circle. Wider and wider circle.
And that's how you give suggestions to people.
Wow, it's amazing because I didn't do anything. I was just holding this. My God, it's also scary.
So once a suggestion is accepted, by this you actually know how suggestible a person is.
I think we are all receptive to suggestions.
See, there are for some people the pendulum really moves like fantastic. For some people the movement is kind of little. For some people it doesn't move at all.
Oh, acha, that also happens. Okay.
So, but you can allow that to happen. After a while, it does happen.
So, I mean, can we do this as a kind of a test to see how receptive a person is?
Exactly. So, if it doesn't move or they are very stiff or something, maybe they have a wrong concept or a misconception about this science. So, you need to go back and clear that. Any wrong idea about maybe he's going to brainwash me or take all the information from me or find my PIN number or whatever.
So they're on their guard.
Yeah, they're on their guard. Most of the time when you close your eyes with a person, it's very difficult, right?
Yes.
You don't know that person, you can't just close your eyes before them. So the first most important thing in hypnosis is to create trust.
Rapport and trust.
Rapport and trust. Once rapport and trust is created, it's a piece of cake. So, do you want to actually experience more power of your mind?
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. You just have to follow my simple instructions.
Sure.
Do what I ask you to do instead.
Right.
Okay. So, you just have to relax your body. Take a deep breath. Deep breath always helps to relax your body. So, and I'm going to just keep my fingers like this and look through that space And I'm going to imagine, with my eyes closed, that both these are magnets, the fingertips, North Pole and South Pole, opposite poles attract each other. And as I do that, I feel a strange force pulling, and it touches. You can have the same experience. Take a deep breath.
Is this the way?
Yes. A deep breath now. Close your eyes. And imagine the fingers coming closer and closer, literally pulling itself like a magnet. Amazing. Eddie, I think you have fantastic imagination. You have to give applause for yourself. Awesome. Wonderful. Because I'm going to actually build on this one more time. Okay?
Right.
What I'm going to do now is actually bring your hands apart like this, because this time you can say something else, but here it's not connected at all.
Mm-hmm.
This time I'm going to imagine this is a magnet and this hand is a magnet, and both are actually opposite poles.
Right, okay.
Like north and south.
South, okay.
The world's most powerful magnets. Okay, once I think about it that way, watch what happens. And I've not done anything. It's like I can feel a power pulling my hands like this. And you can feel that too. Do you?
Okay. So I imagine this as powerful
I'll
magnets
just-
with like or an...
I'll help you out.
okay.
Take a deep breath. Exhale. And now imagine your left hand and your right hand, right from the palms, inside them, the world's most powerful magnets are there. That's right. And you can feel a strange energy flowing through your palms now, pulling and tugging, tugging and pulling closer and closer and closer. That's wonderful. The more you realize it's coming closer, it actually comes faster. And I want you to imagine this magazine that you have, the awesome one, is going to grow more and more in popularity, in sales. It's going to sell internationally everywhere. You're going to be one of the most proud Indian publishers of this magazine. Imagine that happening. Imagine yourself on a huge screen before you. And all these things are now flowing into your life, showered by this universe, because you worked hard for it. You deserve it. Accept it and know it's yours the moment the hand touches each other. That's good. Wonderful. And think about a beautiful white light showering from the top of your head. Imagine that to be the universe's light, blessing you and guiding you and protecting you to achieve anything and everything you want. Because deep inside, you've activated your own subconscious mind by accepting these suggestions and working towards it in a small way, step by step, closer and closer, until your dream becomes a reality, just like these two hands touch each other. Absorb this for a few moments in silence. Good. And slowly, 1, 2, 3. Gently open your eyes and come on back.
Amazing. Really amazing. But then I feel now that, this can be used to guide so many people towards their dreams, towards their full potential.
Yes. You might be wondering why I branched off into giving suggestions like this magazine and all that. Why? Because once the hand starts to automatically come closer, your subconscious mind is actually very active now. The engines are running right now.
Right.
So I can actually I like to make use of it, not waste it at some simple exercise.
Right. You were talking about how hypnosis can be used in fields like depression and stress and all that. As you know, today, employees working in companies, especially the IT industry, going through tremendous amount of stress for whatever reason. It could be even self-induced stress, but there is stress.
Yeah.
How do you think that the hypnosis can be used to prevent that, or to at least, get over that?
Yeah, actually, it's an awesome question, because stress is something that is experienced by everyone today in different levels. Even school students have stress today. Those days we didn't have stress.
Yes.
So it's because of pressures that is coming from all sides of the place, which was not there earlier. And the way we actually intervene here is not only through the classical method of hypnosis, where you give suggestions, take a person to a trance. We use the physique, the body, help them to run or do some workout until they sweat and their heart beats fast, endorphins are pumped into the blood, and that's a feel-good hormone, And then we jump into another technique where we actually connect with the energies of the body. We cleanse the energies inside, and then we use the thought, that is through hypnosis. And we condition the thought to such an extent it becomes automatic.
Right.
And then we also use a few other things like techniques which help to combine together to make this whole process very powerful.
Right.
And this we actually finally tell them, to all our clients, to have a 15-minute ritual every morning.
I see. So they
It's
start
like,
the day.
Yeah. In fact, we call it the recharge and take charge hour.
That's
Or
nice. Recharge and take charge. That's right. That's nice.
It can be an hour, it can be half an hour, it can be 15 minutes. So it depends upon the time. We have different capsules, different packages. So once you do that, what happens is all negativity, you feel very positive, good energy flowing through your body. And when you start off with that first step in the morning, everything else slowly falls into place.
Right. See, we are after all energy beings,
Yeah.
isn't it? So I mean, somebody was telling me the other day that if you take a very powerful microscope and you put your hand under it, you will not see blood or bones or
It's energy,
anything. You just see energy. And so we are all bundles of energy.
Exactly.
And like what Tesla used to say, we live in a vibrational world, which is again, that's why I think the phrase on the same wavelength came about,
Yeah.
So this energy, they say when it beats faster, you feel not so good. But when it is at a much lower frequency, then you feel good.
Yeah.
So
faster is actually the beta wave,
Okay.
It's like wave cycles per second. So when it's very fast, people get very excited. They're fidgety and they want to do something or the other. And that, when it's pushed to the wrong direction, can become something very dangerous. It can push a person to do something that is not needed at all. So the idea is to actually relax those waves and start thinking in a very balanced manner. And you take people like Dhoni, for example. I think Dhoni is a fantastic example because under all kinds of pressure that he has got,
he's very calm.
He's actually, once he's there on the field, he's literally like a Zen monk. He carries himself like a Zen monk. He's always in the neutral position. He can jump into action any way he wants to, with absolute 100% focus there.
So do you think somebody like a Dhoni would have very consciously studied these techniques, or it just comes naturally?
Or maybe not. But the thing is, it can be duplicated. It can be modeled and pasted into us, actually.
Yes, and I think that is also contagious, because when you, in a very stressful situation, when you are calm, I think you slowly,
you spread
give
that across the whole team, actually.
Across the team, and everybody starts to relax and, that kind of thing. Whereas somebody who is very, very, stressful and they pass on that stress, that is also possible, isn't it? Yeah.
The thing is, the idea is to use words with precision. The power of using the right word is something that if everybody learns for themselves and for others, it can be the most powerful tool that they can have. Example, if I were to tell you all that for the next 1 minute, please don't think of a pink elephant, okay? Not the pink elephant. Anything but the pink elephant. Just for 30 seconds maybe. Especially the green mouse running around it. Don't think of that. What happens now?
So you're thinking of a pink elephant and a green mouse running around.
And let me tell you something, Eddie. What do you think most of the parents are doing to their children? Do they say, do this, do that?
They say, don't do that, don't do this.
No, I mean, there's I think Osho used to say that Johnny grew up, a young kid in 2nd or 3rd grade, and as he was growing, mom used to say, Johnny, don't do this, Johnny, don't sit like this, Johnny, don't walk like that, Johnny, don't comb your hair like that. And somebody asked, the neighbor came for a get together and they asked, what's your name, child? And he said, Johnny, don't. So that's how deeply it's engraved inside us.
So that is what I used to say, that the first negative influence in our life is our parents.
But they have a good intention, basically.
Intentions are good, yes. But I think very unconsciously they are damaging the child.
Yeah, all the parents who are watching now, I mean, if this one single thing they can do is the greatest gift they can give to their child. Because then they say, how do I say that? So I'm saying, don't do this. Give them an idea as to what to do.
Correct.
Like, I say, don't think of a pink elephant. I can say, just imagine a beautiful giraffe eating leaves in a forest.
Again, the thought.
No, why would you think of a pink elephant now?
We wouldn't.
So, do this. Instead of saying, don't do that. Sit like this, it's more comfortable. Why don't you try that?
But then, as a child is growing up,
Yeah.
The parents, for all good intentions, say, don't do this, don't go here, don't go there, don't mix with this person, don't be friends with this person. Then the kid goes to school. And unfortunately, the same thing happens with the teachers as well.
Yeah.
Useless fellow, you're not listening. All that kind of thing. Again,
That's
the
why I
negativity.
think in the core, if we understand this basic way of how the mind works, it can go a long way, in fact.
But unfortunately, we are not taught these things. We are probably taught, like I say, we are taught the physical laws.
Exactly.
We are not taught the spiritual laws, which I think is more important for life
Definitely.
I mean, you'll figure out that there's a law of gravity because you will not jump off a high rise or something like that. But the spiritual laws, like the law of attraction or the law of compensation, is unfortunately
the saddest thing is actually that children are actually pushed and forced nowadays to take up so many activities, learn this, learn that, learn this instrument, learn that language. They don't have time for themselves. They don't have time to spend with their parents. The parents are not there to have quality time with them. What we need to actually do is allow them to be themselves. Let their inner core skills actually blossom, and encourage that.
So I think that's more of observation also is
Exactly.
required. They have to see what is the aptitude of the child, right?
Definitely.
And then before they kind of mold it. There are several examples in that. I remember when there was a very young drummer called Siddharth. He was a 12-year-old, but he was also already playing drums all over the place. And this one afternoon, when the parents were sleeping, they suddenly hear this drum beat and then go and see this 3-year-old child drumming away. So then they realized that the child had that aptitude and encouraged that. And by the time he was 12, he was already a great drummer.
Exactly.
Very similar story. There's a school in Germany, I believe, where for 1 year, every child goes onto the stage and everybody claps. So they get so used to that applause that by the time they are 12, they are performing at an international level.
Yeah.
So can this also be considered as the power of suggestion?